And hey, Brenda, this is Michael Hakkarainen from UEN. I'm here with the group of teachers at the Jordan Academy for Technology and Careers. Did I say that right? Good, because I've been calling it the Jordan Applied Technology Center for like weeks. Sorry. But we're just going to videotape the screen while I teach today, and I hope you can hear my voice, and everything should be great. Okay, so last time you were in here, I talked a little bit about the menu on the left. And if you click on the word home up there, it always takes you back to this page. Underneath of the word home is modules, and if you click on that, in your own words, how would you describe what this screen looks like? What do you think? It does look organized. Good adjective. What else? What would it look like if you were in a textbook? There you go. And this is where I can go in and make all of the blocks or chapters for the course and put in any pages, assignments, discussions, anything like that. So we kind of got through the intro to Canvas portion, the first module. If you were to click on any one of the items in here, like if you just wanted to jump to like, why are we using Canvas? And you clicked on why Canvas, it would take you to that page. And when we were in here, I showed you like there was this video that I didn't make you watch, but then underneath, there's going to be a slideshow right here where I talked about backpacks and teachers and things like that. Did we go over this? Yep. And then very far down, bottom right-hand corner is the word next. Now, what I like about this is that if you have material that you want your students to review before they come to class, you can just stick it into a module and they can go page by page, next, 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 right through the whole thing. Now, one of the things we did was this discussion called Welcome and Introductions. So here's my challenge for you. I want to see if you guys can find this discussion. Go over on the left, click on the word modules if you haven't already. And then in module 1, look for Welcome and Introductions. And you'll see there's a little green circle with a speech bubble next to it. Does everybody see that? That means this is a discussion. What do you think if there's a green circle with a Q? It's a quiz. You know, that'd be the question. It's a quiz. I have a question. A paper with the corner folded down means it's a page. But we're going to that discussion, so your students will learn these icons very quickly and be looking for that little speech bubble when they want to go to a discussion. And there it is. If you click on it, you'll see that I asked the question, in your discussion, introduce yourself by giving your name, what you do in the education world, your favorite vacation spot, or something you like to cook. And I modeled how to do that making a video. Now, making a video on a computer to show your students make you a little nervous. Admit it, right? Do you get nervous videotaping yourself? No? Lyle's fine with it. A little bit? Yeah, especially when you know that weird phenomenon where you hear your own voice, if you're wearing a microphone or something, you're like, I really sound like that? I really look like that? Get over it, because your students have already gotten over it. And they're going to respond to your videos much faster than your text. Why? Because nobody likes to read, right? At least not on a computer, not when we have other things we want to do. But when they can just click on this, and they say, hey, everyone. That was before my haircut. Anyway, you can just watch the video real quick, respond to your questions, etc. And they see your facial expressions, so if you're grading or something, it comes across a lot better than just like, you know, a snarky comment, or they may misinterpret your text, right? So you can use video to do that, or you can just reply with text. Brett put in his information, his favorite vacation spot, and look right there. Brett, you've already got your picture in there, right? Okay. And then I responded to Brett, and then Brett responded to me, and then Julie jumped in there, and we had this whole long conversation. You can scroll through and see all of the things that people posted. Reply to them directly, or to make your own, go to the very top and click reply. So the friends who weren't here last time, try this. Click on the reply button right here, and what you're going to see pop up is this toolbar, okay? Pretty self-explanatory, but we'll get deeper into this as we go through this later. But this is what's called the rich text editor. It allows you to put your text in down here. You can attach files. You've got bold, italic, underline, all of these features that you would normally. And does anybody remember what this little picture is for? It's kind of like
for film.
A what?
For video. You said they would know.
Yeah, kids are not going to know what this icon is because they haven't seen film strips in their whole life, right? So I always call it the ladder. Like, click on the little ladder. That's a film strip. Back when I was a kid, on this long pirate, you can add pictures, links, whatever you want. But if you haven't already, just put a sentence in there introducing yourself and then click Post Reply. Now, those of you who have already done that, and I'm gonna call you out because we can all see it. But like, is Brandon here today? See, but I wouldn't know who Brandon is because on my computer, Brandon looks like that. Which is, yeah. Because it's Friday. You're almost there, buddy. Lyle and Brandon are twins. And Scott. Scott's not here, right?
Not yet. He is there. He's just working on it.
Oh, there's Scott. Okay. And who is it that I'm missing today? I'm missing someone.
Just Brenda.
Taylor.
Okay.
And Taylor's the guy with the tattoos, right? Doesn't he have tattoos?
No, that's Brenda.
Oh, okay.
Brenda that you guys were comparing tattoos.
Oh, all right. Because I was like, today I didn't wear a long sleeve shirt because I realized I'm in a place where I can be me. I was like, I don't know.
Dude, you're accepting.
So let's talk for a second before we go any farther about how to change that picture. Does everybody have the word account up at the very top of your screen on the left? This is your universal menu. This menu will be here all the time, no matter what page you're on. Right? Click on the word account for me. And another menu slides up. Yeah, you already did this last time. You're fine. You're good. I'm going to need replicas. That's okay. We're going to do it. Yep. Click on the word account. Yep. Once you get to account, click on the word profile. And does everybody have a picture of themselves next to their name? When you get here, if you like hover down to the word profile and click on that, this is where all the information about you should be found. How to contact you, your biography if you had that. If you wanted to edit this, you would just go to the upper right-hand corner and click on the word edit and be able to edit all of this. Hover your mouse over top of the picture of where you should be, right? The little gray circle. There it is. Hover right over the picture. See the pencil pop up? Click on the pencil. And now you can either upload a picture from your computer if you have one. You can take a picture of yourself if you have a camera on your computer. And if it means you can also use Gravatar image. This is where you're going to go and find a picture of yourself to put on the web. This is really important to have on your course because your students need to get used to seeing your face. And you want to tell your students to do that as well, so that when you go to grade something, you're not just looking at their name or a number. You're actually seeing their face and making that emotional connection with your grading. Because this environment is really impersonal. Okay? So adding a picture is a great idea. Does everyone know how to do that? No? All right. So what I'm going to do is open up a new tab up here in my browser. So you see how you got these tabs going across in Google Chrome, and there's this blank tab right there. It says New Tab. You can either click that, or you can hit Control-T on your computer, And where online do you think you'd find a picture of yourself? Do you guys block Facebook in here? If you have a Facebook account,
You're only blocked if you're not signed in and then no user.
oh, so if you're signed in, yeah, the guests are going to be blocked. Another possibility is you could just do a Google search for yourself. If you know that your picture is on the school website, you can go and do that. So I'll click on images. Hey, look at that. There's me right there. So if I ever, that's not me right there. But if you find yourself a picture, click on it, then go like this. Right click and say save image as, and just save it to your desktop or something. I'll call it Mic Profile. Then, when I go back to Canvas, and I want to change this picture, I click on the pencil, say choose a picture, and find the picture that I just saved. There it is. And then I can use this circle to adjust it, so if I don't want people to know that I play lacrosse or something, I'll just go like this, move that over. Do you guys here in Utah know what lacrosse is?
Yeah.
It's like football, but for men.
I thought that was rugby.
Harrison got it. Then I click save, and my picture's there. So we're going to have to do this twice, right? We're going to do this in my course, so I know who you are as students. But then we're going to jump over to your district and do it there as well, so that your students see who you are, okay? We're going to do a lot of redundancy here. Like if we do it in my class as practice, and we do it in your class for your students to see it, right? So let's try that. See if we can find a picture of ourselves.
There's probably something on Facebook, but I don't know if Facebook is on either.
Let's try it. Or you could just Google
It
yourself.
can be done. I mean, it's not impossible, even if you're signed in as a guest.
Did you die?
Yeah, check it out here.
Apparently.
Why don't you
Like,
try
if you
it?
want to just go to Facebook, just try going to Facebook.com. We can work you through it. If you got stuff on Facebook, then we can get you there. .com. Yeah. So, no, what's going on here? Did you sign in as
Did you find a picture of yourself?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So go ahead and you can save to the computer.
Just to download and
That's okay. So go ahead here. Choose a picture. Right there, yeah. And then you're using your desktop, right? Double click on that. There you go. And then just move the circle around with the picture. Yeah, click and drag on it. Have it where you like it.
No,
to start on your personal, your work
There you go. Now click the word save.
what the district is going to take me to the hand.
And you're all set.
So what?
Let's do the same thing in your Jordan
Everything
district.
goes into
So open up a new tab
which that one you did.
and go log into Jordan district that house structure.
So then you have to that the other. It's only when it's specific here. So it will work. It's the download.
Now this is a separate campus. This is the one your students are in.
It's very interesting. But if you change the location to download the map, let me.
There you are. So
That's exactly what we should do.
Keep trying to find a picture of yourself.
on your personal,
No, you
your
wanted
work
us to-
computer upstairs at your classroom.
So that
That's
is,
the right.
it's not a thing that I can do, like it's
Yeah,
just
he's like, that's fine. He didn't realize, like, oh, you're a guest, you can't do this. So now, so that's what we got. So now, if you go Facebook, if you go to Facebook, oh, you,
I know that
mean, it's a specific username and password for
I'm just talking
your
out loud.
so that either you or your kids can set up for you. You know, even if you can't do a picture of you right now,
Go show me.
maybe getting an image that represents you. You know, I mean, I'm guessing that you do something with, I don't know, hair or something, I don't know. Like maybe your small hair. So maybe you go find something, so that maybe you want to go find a picture of a nail bottle or something. And just for now. That way then when you do get a picture, you know how to put in your own picture in its place. Does that make sense?
I want to say, picture of the.
Or you can go to Google. I always like to use Google images. And you can just start typing Google right now. Or
Get rid of it, sorry. I don't know.
so just go ahead to google.com now. And then you just press enter. That'll search. So then just click right here. Or now in this, see this one right there.
What's your last name? Ferguson?
Just for now. And then type in something that you'd like to find.
So your password represents
represents
your email.
for what you're doing.
Open up a
Third
third
tab
tab.
learn this process how to put your
Check your
image in.
Gmail.
And if
You
it's
can probably
mail,
just
all
put
it's
this
just
little word
mail.
mail up there. There it is.
Then what you'll do is and again,
Where am I going?
so if you do that,
Ferguson?
Yeah, because I don't think I would have done it.
So you want to click that top line that says click here to finish the registration process.
I just like to put on the
There you go. Now you make the password.
Then you can here, change your name to there. Just for fun.
Yeah, just you did that. You do it, right?
And they
Yeah.
came?
Okay.
Okay.
And then you if you want to work with the cursor.
Yeah, we're.
You have to click the agree, right?
So now you're gonna upload.
And then you should write down your password. Because you
Now
are
click,
in.
oh, sorry, you gotta
So Brandon, if you do any.
So while you're in the exact same thing, click the word account up there and put your picture in on this side too.
you can
Everyone
resize
just look
it.
for pictures.
Okay, for now, that's what we got, right?
Okay, I have to.
Now, this isn't your personal picture, obviously, but you don't do the same thing in the future. When you're gonna get hold of your
I need to
then now
sign
you
you
have
up
to
on
realize,
So
oh,
one
wait,
before I leave.
Shannon has something that,
But
you
no,
know,
go
nail
ahead.
perhaps.
So
And again, that's just
finish that
some-
and then I'll.
I don't really hard.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
still, it's.
Well, right
there's still
here.
thinking.
This is where you're gonna need to go. So it's the way that I used to help you do it. So if you get a new tab, and then on your new tab, you go to green.
So in this case, she did it, it looks like,
Okay,
that she,
so that's
it hasn't
where-
shown up there, but she needed to close this extra window first, or, cause it, I mean,
Never seen that before, search an image.
I hadn't
Yeah.
come across that myself, so I.
No, that's a different server, that's the one in red. This is where when you actually make your criminal justice one. Put in your email, and I thought I would set you up.
Just did that before.
Oh, it's just taking a while to.
So you would have set
So
it
I
up
just
that way.
suggested something that represents
So
a
there you are,
banana
and
in the
this is
process.
the made for you. So this is what I need you to know. So when you start to build your own course, this is where you'll go. What he's having you do right here on the end is learn how to do it, so that when you get to it. So you're doing great.
So I must.
Nope, you're doing fine. Yes.
Okay, I got it.
So, but you have access, and Lyle has access, and Brett is, you have fixed for his problem.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want you to know, everyone has access.
Woo! See, I might not know anything, but I know who's the right people to call.
Me too, we're talking to you. You don't have a folder, but if you go to your shared with me, and then over here, you should be able to search, and it'll be a spreadsheet, but I think it's public.
I was looking for like here.
No, it's not a folder, it's just a spreadsheet. I was in it yesterday, I noticed this.
Okay, Lyle is good.
sort of good, but we're there too.
Do the same thing for your Canvas account. I'm going to just click Save Profile down here. Do the same thing for your Canvas account in your. And Scott, you got the set, right?
Everyone is set.
Yeah. Okay. So same thing, Scott. Go click on the word account over there on the left and put in the same picture if you want for your profile there. Fantastic, Brandon. That's great. Okay. So for this next little brief activity, I want to talk about, and who am I screencasting for again? Brenda, we're back. Sorry about that. So Brenda, if go through a time machine, go back to where you stopped hearing us talk and fast forward to this point. How's that? So before we dive any further into the course, guys, take a look over on the left again, and this time make sure you're in the UEN instance, okay? So if you're in your Jordan instance, just click on the tab with the UEN one. And underneath of account, I have admin, you do not have that. You're not administrators. So that's a good thing. That's a bunch of headaches you don't have to worry about. If you click on the word dashboard, that takes you back to where all of your courses will be in these little squares. And what you need to keep in mind is that even though you may only teach one course, your students will probably be in 5 or 6. So they're going to see a window like mine with all these boxes. And whenever some activity is happening in there, they'll see like an announcement, a little bullhorn. They might see a speech bubble for a discussion. What do you think an A+ on a piece of paper means? Grade. There's grades or something that needs to be turned in to be graded, right? So your students are just going to be able to glance at this dashboard and see what kind of work do I have to do. Underneath the dashboard, it says courses, and all that does is list out all of your courses in a linear fashion. And then underneath is calendar. Click on calendar with me for just a second. This is a calendar that's automatically populated with whatever is going on in your classes. So if you made a welding assignment for your students and it was due on Friday the 23rd, it would automatically pop up here. So you can see that I have an online class that I teach. A bunch of stuff was due on Wednesday the 14th. Things are due on the 21st. Today is the 16th. And over on the right where it says calendars, each one of these is a different course. So kids can click on, and you as well, can click on or off of an event or a course, and then you only see that course. To make a new event, and I'm going to make one right now, I'm going to click on the 16th, and I can either make an event or an assignment. All right, so if you're just collecting something from kids, do it right here in the calendar. But our event is going to be JATC Canvas training. Today's the 16th, and I'm going to make it from 7 a.m. to 8:15. And the location will be computer lab. Now here's a problem. It says Michael Hakkarainen, right? That's my personal calendar. If I put it in here, you guys will not see it. But if I click this drop down and I put it in our course, there it is, JATC, and click submit. Now there's a green little event on today. Did it show up on your calendars? Is there a green event there right now? Try clicking the refresh button, the little circle spinning back on itself in the upper left-hand corner. Is it there now? Perfect, right? If I wanted to make an assignment, I'll do the same thing. So I'm going to make an assignment for you guys right now that's due at 8 o'clock, okay? I'm going to click on calendar, and I'm going to change it from event to assignment. And the title will be, What Will You Do First? Cry. All right. Now, publish is an interesting button. If I just submit this assignment right now like that, I can see it, but it's not published, which means your students can't see it. So if you're thinking of an assignment you're going to do next month, just put it in there and leave it unpublished until you're ready to say, all right, kids, this is what I need you to make for me. So now it's time for me to go in. I'm going to click on it, and I'll click the word edit. and I'll say more options so I can see everything that goes into an assignment. All right, what will you do first? I'll put my instructions here. So what's the one thing you would do first with your students in Canvas? Give them digital copies of handouts? Will you collect homework? Create discussions? Quizzes that grade themselves? There's so many things you can do with Canvas, but you just want to pick out one thing you'll do with them first. And as I scroll through here, this is where I can put in the type of points they're going to get, what assignment group it's in. I'm not going to worry about any of that. I'm just going to come down to submission and say online, and I'll have them do a text entry, just like a real simple like sentence or two. And then I'll scroll down. If there's a due date, which there is, I made it for today at midnight. This is one thing that kind of concerns me. A lot of teachers just leave that there. They just leave it at midnight. And what that's kind of doing is conditioning kids that, oh, I can just stay up late and get my work turned in, right? If your class is collecting paper normally at like 8 a.m., make it due at 8 a.m., right? That way they have to do it before they walk in the door of your class. Don't make it midnight. So we need to be done today by 8:15. Right, so I'm going to make it due September 16th at 8:15 a.m. And then I'll click Save and Publish. Okay. Do me a favor and refresh your calendar. Remember that refresh button? You see the assignment on there? Okay. If you see the assignment on there, click on it. Get into it. It's just showing you like a box, right? What will you do first? Let's try this. Click on your dashboard. When you look at our course, there's an announcement there, right? But not, well, hang on. Let's click on that announcement. What do we see? Just announcements, right? Let's delete those. Okay. I did publish it, didn't I?
I don't know.
Let's double check. This is, by the way, the most common mistake that teachers make in Canvas. They'll create an assignment and they forget to hit the publish button. Mine's not even in there. And then they're like, well, wait, my students can't see this assignment. They can't get in there. They can't work on it. What's the problem? So let's troubleshoot here and see, what did I do wrong? What will you do? Jordan ATC. Let's click edit. It's due September 16th, which is today. I wonder if it's because my time is set up here incorrectly. Let's double check it. Maybe I'll push back the due date a little bit. Sorry, I was in Albany, New York yesterday and just got back. Okay. Let's see if it shows up now. All right, so refresh your page, and you should see a place where you can turn it in now. Still not coming up? The same thing? Up at the top where it says, what will you do first? Is that blue?
Yeah.
Click on that. Bang. All right, now we're good. Click on that. Perfect. Okay, now this is where it gets confusing for kids. They're always like, submit assignment. Well, I haven't done it yet. It's weird. You gotta click submit assignment first, and then you'll see where you're gonna put in your text box. So let's try it. Click submit assignment. Here's the exact same WYSIWYG editor that you saw last time in the discussions. Right here. Now I like that somebody said, is that you that said, what are you gonna do first? You said cry. Why?
It's just a natural.
No, it's a very nice. I'm asking you to step out of your comfort zone, right? You have a way of teaching that you're comfortable with. And all of you guys are in career and tech, so you're comfortable with teaching kids hands-on. And now we're asking you to put stuff into this virtual world where you don't have control and you don't feel like, you don't have the instincts. How do I do this? Right, how do I get started? It's scary stuff. Do you know who the best people are to ask for help with Canvas? Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with checking it out. Now it'll be a little bit of work up front, like, wow, that was kind of hard to do. But then when you go to grade it, so fast and easy, it's going to be like, oh wait, now I'm starting to see the benefit. So again, it's going to take you a year to get this under your feet and be comfortable with it. It takes a kid a whole year to walk, right? It takes them even longer to talk. And then once they do, we tell them to sit down and shut up. But anyway. So what I want you to do is just think about one thing you might try with Canvas that'll make your life easier. Is it asking a discussion question of the group and just checking it every week to see if kids are communicating with each other, giving them a forum? Right? Is it maybe a place to put videos that then you don't have to show in class? Or even if you do show them in class, have them online so kids can watch them again at home later. Is it doing assignments like I'm doing right here? Or is it quizzes? Maybe just the calendar, right? In just one sentence, tell me what you want to do with Canvas first. Okay? Go ahead and type that in there, and then scroll down and you'll see the place to turn it in. What's that?
You gave me like admin on this.
Yeah.
So I can edit it. So I'm not going to play it forward.
Go ahead, try it.
Edit it for him?
No, well, you're in the assignment now.
Yeah.
If you want to make an assignment.
Oh, I haven't worked. Yeah, I just got this one.
Hey, you guys, before I go to like class last time, who did the password reset the screen and actually run it and then someone did that this morning?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not.
I was in the process of doing it.
Okay, I thought your link came to you so that you could get in.
Lyle did.
It did.
Lyle said, it was Lyle. Okay. What we're doing is we're trying to follow it on the back side to see why they didn't work last time. You guys are doing great. And remember, I'm just an email away. So,
And you respond very quickly.
yes.
My experience.
Yes, my husband wishes that I respond right. So,
Lyle, did it go to your district email?
I'm sorry?
Did that
Yeah.
request go to your district email or
but
your
I think
personal?
we've got everybody.
So what's your last name?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, click submit assignment down at the bottom. All right, now once you've clicked submit assignment, you'll notice that up in the upper right-hand corner it says resubmit assignment. So students always have the ability to go back and like kind of fix it a little bit. And just for demos purposes, Mr. Plummer, can I have you do that? Click resubmit assignment, and then go down to the bottom. You already submitted once, right? Okay. What did you say now?
That I would give a digital copy of my
Okay.
study guide.
All right. So down here, I want you to write also share YouTube videos, and then click submit assignment. Perfect. All right. Go ahead and click submit assignment down at the bottom. Scroll down just a little bit. Use the wheel and the mouse to scroll down the whole page. There you go. Click submit assignment.
You want me to submit it?
Yep.
I'm going to give myself an A on that one.
You can't. But I can, and here's how I do it. As the teacher on my end, when I click on an assignment, I can go right over here on the right to this thing called Speed Grader. Okay? Or I can go to my grades and try to find the assignment in there, and then it looks kind of like a grade book, right? Here are the grades for our course so far. This is where we're going to start to really save some time. I look across, I had some assignments I didn't give you last time. Here are your discussions that you wrote last time. So rather than scroll through all those discussions and have to read them, I can just click here, go to more details in SpeedGrader, and then I can jump through and read everything that you said. There's Lyle's response. He's from Virginia. And if I come over here and click on the arrows, I can just go through. There's Julie's response and grade them real nice and quick. Okay? I want to find what you guys just did, the what will you do first assignment. So I could keep scrolling, and there they are. What will you do first? I can also get to SpeedGrader here. Boom. So in
Right click to get the SpeedGrader?
nope, I just clicked on the little drop down and there it was. You'll see the SpeedGrader icon all over the place. It's very easy to get to. And if you have an iPad that you use a lot, I highly recommend the SpeedGrader app for Canvas. And here's why. If I go to SpeedGrader on here, I can have all of my work and students on the iPad, sit back in my comfy, lazy, recliner, and watch an Orioles game, right? Because we all know the Orioles are the best baseball team. And when they play the Red Sox, who cares how the Red Sox are batting, right? I sit there and grade on the iPad real fast, and then when the Orioles are up, turn the iPad off, put it away, watch the game, and then go back to it. It's very quick and easy to grade on an iPad. So this is what it looks like. First response comes from Shannon. She says, students view October calendar. Great start. Wait a month. Take your time. Go slow and grow. Right? I click submit. Now she's going to see that response later when she goes into her assignment and she can see all the feedback. Once I've graded, I go to the next student, Scott. My initial application will be posting short readings preparatory for essential welding variable quizzes. Okay, that's confusing to me. But, no, it's good. But with welding, you need to have a lot of like safety courses, precautionary stuff. You're teaching a lot of like high-end stuff. Putting it all on Canvas means that the students can also access it on their phones, right? So when they get out like on a site or they're working, they can always come back to your materials. Great place to share things with your students. Perfect, submitted. Go to the next student. Lyle, also share videos. I'll ask him a question. Will you make them yourself or get them online? Brandon. Now this is interesting. Look at his. He has a date and time up here with a drop-down arrow because he turned in two different things. First, at 7:52, he said, give digital copies of my student guides so I don't waste so much paper. Then, also share YouTube videos. Great ideas. So you can see that a student can, there is a due date, right? But there's also the ability to go back and improve. And this is changing the way we behave in our classrooms, right? Things aren't done on Friday at noon. Things are done when they're done and they're done right. And we want students to always go back and improve them. And then Melinda didn't turn anything in. Taylor's not here. Nicole's not here. Julie, Jared Foston's one of my helpers. So I can just look at this. I can jump through and see who do I need to grade and who didn't turn in work yet. Okay? And doing all of this, remember the old days where you would grade and then you'd have to open up your spreadsheet or your grade book and have to write down all the grades? I don't have to do that anymore because then when I go into the grade book, all of the numbers in the grades will just be there. And he does that work for me. Okay? So again, we can start saving time. If you're just collecting like a paper with a reflection on it, do it in Canvas so that you can grade it faster and give the feedback faster. And when you go home, you're not carrying on the paper, you're not carrying on, there's nothing to lose. Kids can't say, oh, I turned it in, you must have lost it. If you turned it in, I'd see it right here. Right? Now, what is different between the discussion that we did last time and in the assignment that we did this time? What's the main difference between those two elements?
We actually used it. We do it more efficiently.
Okay.
I was able to get on the campus.
Yeah.
The assignment went right to you, it wasn't public. The
Yeah.
discussion is for everyone to comment on.
You
Much
guys,
different, I caught up from last time. A little bit.
you're getting caught up, yeah, but that's a great point. You guys can't see each other's work for the assignment. So you don't know what Lyle's going to do, except that I showed it to you on the screen, right? Scott, etc. You can't see the other people, but in a discussion, kids can see what other people are thinking. And that's good too. We just don't want that if we're going to be grading. Okay, so keep that in mind. You've got two options now. You can either give kids a discussion and have them all talk together, or an assignment where it's just communication between you and the student. That's where you're measuring and doing assessment. Correct? All right. So before we wrap up here, because we have just a couple minutes left, I'm going to have you to see on your side what a quiz looks like. Okay? Just for fun. Because that's one thing I'll start showing you guys next time or the week after. So how do we get there? First, everybody click on the word dashboard with me, just so we can get comfortable kind of navigating around. Then scroll down or find our course. And are you guys noticing that yours isn't green, is it?
I only have one.
You only got one course, right? Because that's the only course you're taking with me. If you don't like the color that yours is, click the pencil right there and you can pick what other color you want. Or if you know the code, I forget what this is called, like the Pantone code, right? You can put in a code there. But if I change the color of my course, it doesn't change on yours. This is all personal preference. So I've seen high schools where teachers say like all your science classes should be red, all of your engineering classes should be yellow, kind of like Star Trek. Remember that yellow, Spock's blue. Anyway, so click on the course with me for a second, and back on the home page, right? Click the word modules, and in module 1, if you scroll down, the very last thing says extension Canvas user survey. Click on that. There's your instructions. And then click the blue take the survey button. Now I set this up so you can only see one question at a time, but if you look over it on the right, you'll see that there's 10 total questions. Okay? There's also, next to every question, a little teeny flag. And that's for if you come across a question you don't understand, just flag it and come back to it later. Right? So if you get to like question 1, you're like, I don't even know this one. Just click on the little flag button and you'll see that you're flagged over here too. So go ahead and answer those 10 questions. For which question?
Number 2.
Okay, so what do you mean by undecided? Like you know how to go in,
Explore and actually play with it, so I'm familiar enough to
then that would be false.
feel confident.
Oh, okay.
If you don't know how to do it. So I used to teach STEAM, and we had this great phrase that we used to tell people, you just learned how to do a new skill, but you're borrowing it. You don't own it. Right? Borrowing it means if I think about it, I can do it. But if I own it, and it's like a turn to the right on the inside ski, when I see a rock coming, I do it without thinking about it. Now I own that skill. Right? So right now, you're borrowing the skill that's in here. Okay? That would be false. Now, if this was a real class in the computer lab doing an actual test, one thing that I can do in here, which is really neat, yeah, that's fine, is I can go into the quiz on the teacher side, and I can click moderate this survey, and while you're taking it, I can see who's working on it, how much time you've spent, and then when you submit them, it'll give me a score if there was one. So it's a nice way to monitor your progress as you go. And as far as my question 10, two-day professional development, if we were to add up all the hours we're going to be spending together, when you're done, click submit, please. And then I'll take a look at how we did. Remind me one more time who I'm making this video for. I keep forgetting the name. Brenda. This is for Brenda. Brenda. Okay, Brenda, maybe you just went in and took the same quiz. If you didn't, go ahead and do it. And then in a second, I'm going to explain how to grade it and see the scores. So I can tell just by looking at this that Lyle is done. Brandon, Julie, Shannon, and Scott, you're still working, right? Did you click submit quiz at the bottom? Really? Are you sure? At the very bottom, submit quiz. Probably just taking a second to catch up. So is everybody done? All right, let's go see how we did. So I go back to the quiz. I can go into SpeedGrader if I want to, or this is really cool. I can just click Survey Statistics. The purpose of this quiz was a pre-assessment. I want to know what you know before I start teaching any more as we meet on Fridays, right? Maybe next Friday I'll do a post-assessment where I can actually give you a grade, right? But for this purpose, I'm just looking at the question breakdown, right? And here's what I found out. I've logged in, but I really don't know how to do anything. All of you said that, except, yeah. When we go down to, I know how to update my personal settings, 3 of you said yes.
That's probably me and I don't.
Shannon, Julie, and Brandon, you guys are good. So you know what I would do if this was like an actual class? I would grab Lyle and Scott and say, all right, guys, you've got an extension activity. Lyle and Scott, come with me for 5 minutes. And just to show them that skill, right? Down here, I know how to create an assignment. So Lyle, Shannon, and Brandon, you guys are good to go. I'll work on this tomorrow with Scott and Julie. I know how to create a discussion and make it graded. One person knows how to do that, Lyle. So I would let Lyle work by himself on something while I taught the whole class a different skill. Same thing, I know how to create modules. You know how to create modules, Lyle?
Well, we've been working on them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're there.
Yeah.
Like this.
And then look at this one. I know how to set completion requirements and prerequisites on modules. This is a very high-end thing. I need to show the whole class how to do that. I need to show the whole class how to do page layout, show the whole class how to do video and images, sending a message, and what do you hope to get. If I click on this, I can go in. If I click actually View and SpeedGrader, here's where I can go and look at each person's individual answer for just that quiz question. Let's go. My internet's a little slow. But that would take me there, and then I'd be able to just scan through your answers. So with like about 5 minutes left, let's do a real quick example of how to add. Did I show you this last time? How to add a YouTube video?
No, that's what I had it like.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
You want to see how hard it is? Because it's so hard. Okay. You ready? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. For this purpose, whenever you assign a YouTube video to kids, people always say, well, how do I know if they watched it? And I always say, why do you care if they watched it? You don't really care if they watched it. You care if they understood it. Right? So I always make it a discussion question with a video, and then they have to answer the question, okay, about the video. So the first thing I should probably do is create the discussion. So I went to discussions and click Add Discussion. And I'm going to make this discussion be about Star Wars Rogue One. Watch the trailer.
I'm sorry, how did you get out of the,
Yeah.
the quiz part?
Oh, do you guys want to make this with me while I do it?
Yeah.
Go to your course in the Jordan district. Okay? Yep. Go over to the Jordan district instance. So Scott, that would be you right there. Click on the word discussions. On yours, click on dashboard and click your course. Then click the word discussions. You click discussions. Yep, stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. You know what to do. Okay. Do you have any classes in here at all yet?
No.
Okay. Click up there. It says network.
There's some what?
Network. You don't have any classes at all. It's okay. I'm going to make you a teacher in my class. Come back to here. Yep. This will take 10 seconds, Lyle. 5, 4, 3. Okay, it's going to take me 20 seconds, Lyle. So I'm clicking on Lyle's name here, and I'm going down to his role. Oh, you are a teacher in here, I think. No? Ah, here we go. Okay, so do me a favor, Lyle. On our class, hit the refresh button up at the top of your browser. Okay. You see the word discussions? Over on the left. Click on that. Now click add discussion. Everybody click the blue button that says plus discussion. Okay. Got it? Now, does it look like this? Right? And here's our friend again, the same HTML editor. Right?
Okay, so we're in courses.
So you go to a course first. Don't worry, we'll do this again next week. But you're gonna go to one of your courses. You're gonna click on discussions, and then you'll say add discussion. And this is where you make the discussion for your students. And you type your instructions in here, like watch the trailer and tell me when in the Star Wars timeline you think this story takes place. Now you guys can do the same as me if you want, or you can make a video about something from your class. But you just give like a little instruction and ask a question about the video, and then you find the video. So I just went and did a search for the Rogue One. This video is restricted, really.
That's not right.
But I don't think I'm on the school district. Hang on, let's try it.
Wait a minute, now how did you get there?
Oh, I just opened up a new tab and went to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
That's all I did. So I go out to a new tab, I go to YouTube, and I try to, what's that? That's what it looks like. And I find the video. Now, this is where it, remember I said this was going to be really hard? I lied. Watch how easy this is. When you're on a YouTube video that you're going to use, all you have to do is copy this address at the top. That's it. So you go up there and you click on it and you make it all blue. And then you hit either edit copy, or I always hit Control C, right? Then I go back to my discussion, and what do you think I'm going to do here? Paste, which is Command V or Edit Paste. And then when you hit Enter, Canvas is smart. It knows it's a YouTube movie, so it makes that little box. And then when you go down to the bottom and click Save and Publish, it puts the YouTube movie into your discussion question just like this. Just boom, ready to go, and students can watch it there. They don't go to YouTube to watch the video. They watch it in the discussion. Okay? There it is. See the little tiny screen? So a kid would come here, they click on it, and they watch the video of the Star Wars trailer with no commercials, no ads, no discussions or inappropriate comments over here like you usually see on YouTube, right? The video just lives right here. And if they want to watch it full screen, they can by clicking this. Oh, it's unavailable on this one. But that's okay because kids watch this stuff on their phones anyway. Right? So let's try it. See if you can find a video, just as practice. Copy the address, paste it into your discussion, and this is going to be your exit ticket for today.
Okay, so,
You want to use that one?
Yeah.
Click on it. Just copy this thing right here.
do what now?
Copy it. You're just going to click on this once. There you go. Now you can put your mouse over it and right click on it and say copy. Cool. Now that you've copied it, you can close the tab. You don't need it anymore. Go right there. Put your cursor at the end and enter down. Now right click on that and say paste. Hit the enter button and go down to the very bottom of this page and click save and publish. Oh, you know what you have to do, Lyle? Give it a top of title right there. With a taper right there. Perfect. Go down, save and publish. That's it. Now your students are ready to come in, watch the video, and you'll know they did it because they hit reply and leave a comment for you based on what they saw.
Okay, so now I can type
Yeah.
.com, right?
Well, here you want to go find a video, right?
Yeah.
So do nail polish tutorial. You got it? There you go.
Find the nail polish.
Yep. So you are good to go for today. You now know how to take a YouTube movie and put it into a discussion in your
So can I
class.
take that jigsaw
Do
again?
that.
No.
Wait
Well,
a
we
second,
need to
I'm
do this.
borrowing that bit of knowledge.
You are borrowing this. That's okay. Last time I didn't see you guys for 2 weeks, right? So everything I taught you just evaporated, but now it's starting to come back again, and it'll just keep coming back faster and faster. And we'll do this again perfect.
I don't know what it is. Sometimes it really scares me when she's not expecting, but okay. Click that and click which one?
Yeah, that whole address. There you go. And you have to right click and copy. Well, you want to right click on the thing you highlighted in here. So, yeah, copy. Very cool. Now go to your discussion. Which is back here. Yep. Paste right there. So right click and paste. Hit enter on the keyboard. And go down to the bottom and save. Nice one. Yep. Scroll all the way to the bottom with that video. Okay, perfect. And you're done, sir. Good job. You have questions for me today?
Yes.
Okay. And you, sir, have your video. Hit the enter key so that it comes to a movie. There you go.
So is this gonna be saved on my computer?
Yeah, see, it's there forever.
What if I don't want to save, because I do not know what kind of monster. It's me creating the
Okay.
was, it's okay?
Although you saved it, you didn't publish it, so no one can
Okay.
see it. Very good. And this, well, we need to get courses in here. We don't have that one. That way you can-
So we're
so
doing now?
how many classes do you have? Okay, so we'll get one set up for that. And then we can set things up for the other students. Don't forget to log off to the computers. And I'm going to go up here and say bye to Brenda. I hope you watched the whole thing. And Brenda, if you have any
That
questions,
helps a lot.
good, glad.
We're the slow one in the class here today.
No, it's okay. Everybody has to work at their own pace. Brenda, if you have any questions, email me at michael@uen.org. And you'll actually get this in an email, so you'll probably have my email. Good times.
So when I publish it, this goes to my students in my class, correct?